Hello everyone, I'm Katie Pollack, Senior Vice President and Attorney for Mental Health America of Boone County, which is a 501c3 corporation located in Lebanon. We provide many programs and services in our community, but the program I want to talk to you about tonight is our alternative housing program for survivors of domestic violence. Domestic violence is truly an epidemic, as many of you know, across not only our country, but right here in our home community. I don't want to overload you with statistics, but I do think it's really important to understand that 1 in 5 women have experienced severe physical violence at the hands of an intimate partner in their lifetimes. And number 2, in our home state, there has been an 86% increase in domestic violence related homicide in 2020, certainly related to the pandemic and the increased place of isolation that survivors find themselves in. In addition to the lives DV takes each year and the physical and emotional scars that it leaves, it can dramatically affect women's economic circumstances, which leads to a further set of challenges for survivors. Approximately 1/4 to 1/2 of women experiencing homelessness report that domestic violence was the immediate cause of such. Long story short, survivors of domestic violence need our support to overcome this cycle of violence and related poverty, and to be able to prevent that cycle from starting over for their children. That's where our program comes in. MHA has served survivors of DV for many years. However, starting in 2015, our alternative housing program was implemented and gave survivors a place to live for 60 to 90 days and longer if they qualify. These are rental units leased across Lebanon by MHA and utilized by the survivors and their children, which allows them to remain in their own homes rather than being referred out to other counties or other places across the state. It keeps them close to their systems of support, like friends, family, churches, and workplaces, and it prevents them from being uprooted. And we know when survivors are not connected to their systems of support, they risk returning to their abusers. Along with housing, we also provide advocacy services, which help address so many of survivors' day-to-day needs, big and small. These include safety concerns, legal support, help with protective orders, assistance with obtaining resources like food stamps, health insurance and disability benefits, accessing food pantries and home goods providers, guidance regarding educational needs of children, guidance through career and employment decisions for the survivor, help with transportation, scheduling medical and therapy appointments, and the list goes on. We have been able to help hundreds of women and children through our housing program, and into the thousands if we look at how many we help over the phone or in person, merely accessing resources and answering questions. We are lucky to receive support for our program through a VOCA grant, but the grant funds cannot possibly cover all aspects of the program, and there is so much more that we want to do. We really want to work on 2 things with the funds that we are asking for from the Women of Impact this year: connection and empowerment. First, we want to bring more awareness to our community at large and survivors specifically about what we do at MHA by increasing our visibility online and through media outlets, and offering materials out in the community so that a survivor can quickly grab these or take a picture of them, maybe with a QR code, and being able to access our website quickly and reach out to us so that we can give them resources. We would also like to work on both low and high-tech means for survivors to be able to reach out to our organization privately and seek services in a secure way outside of the abuser's knowledge. And that brings me to number 2. With these funds, we want to also empower survivors. First, by working on supplementing and improving upon our biweekly DV support group with activities, speakers, and resources that will be a benefit to our survivors regarding topics like self-care, emotional support, therapy, journaling, yoga, healthy relationships, etc. Next, we would also want to work on financial literacy programming, entrepreneurship, and skills training, and just generally supporting career advancement for our survivors, giving them a leg up. Because at the end of the day, we don't just want to give survivors a place to live, we want to give them a place to thrive. A place not just to get by, but an avenue to really cultivate their independence. So I thank the Women of Impact, and I hope you will consider our request. Thank you.